everyone, and welcome to my channel. Welcome if you are new. I am Katie, and this is Missouri Grown, Carolina Home. Today I'm really excited about this video. I am collabing with my friend Merina and my friend Jessi. I have recently met them through YouTube and Instagram, and I'm so glad to have created a friendship with them. They're such wonderful ladies, and I asked them to do this collab with me, and they agreed, and we're all very excited. So if you are coming over from their channel, let me just introduce myself a little bit. I'm Katie. I am a housewife and a stay-at-home mom. I live in North Carolina and moved about 4 years ago from Missouri. So that's why my channel's name is Missouri Grown, Carolina Home. We moved here back in 2016 and have bought a house and added to our family. I have a 3-year-old toddler running around here, and I am anyways, I'm expecting twins this coming spring, so that's exciting. I also have a 4-year-old little girl who is at home with Jesus, so I have 4 kids altogether, so I'm very blessed to have them. Back there's my brother's dog, and I also have a Mastiff named Faith in the living room over there. So that is our big family of fur babies and just whatever. Anyways, so I just wanted to introduce myself just a little bit. I recently met Jessi and Merina through Instagram and YouTube, and like I said, I'm very glad to have created a friendship with them. My baby's calling for me. Hold on, Callie. Anyway, this video is going to be a virtual cookie exchange. I always love cookie exchanges at Christmas time. It's where you get together with a bunch of friends and just make cookies and exchange them. But since we all don't live real close to each other, I asked them to do a virtual one and share a cookie recipe or so, and that is what we are doing. I am going to be showing you how I make no-bake cookies, which is actually my first time making them. Not my first time having them, but my first time making them, and they turned out great. And I am also going to show you my husband's favorite cookie, and that is a cream cheese cookie. Are you okay? Is that salsa? Okay, I'll get you cleaned up. This is real life, folks. I mean, honestly. It's okay, I'll get you cleaned up. But a cream cheese cookie, that is my husband's favorite cookie. It is a very special recipe to him because it does come from his grandma. So that is something she always made at Christmas time, and he loves them, and I love making them for him. So I'm going to be showing you a double batch of that because those cookies go fast in our house. Like 2 days, maybe they stick around. So anyway, that's what I'm going to show you. I hope that you enjoy. So for the first recipe, I am going to make a no-bake cookie. And in my pot here, I have a stick of butter, 1/3 cup of unsweetened cocoa, 1 3/4 cup of sugar, and 1/2 cup of milk. I added it all in, and I'm putting it on medium heat. So we're just basically going to let this all melt together and whisk it, frequently and bring it to a boil. Once it gets to a rapid boil, we are going to let it boil without touching it for 1 minute. For this recipe, you will also need 2/3 cup of peanut butter, 3 cups of quick oats. The recipe I'm following suggested quick oats and not like, I guess, instant or old-fashioned oats because of the texture it will create. You will need a teaspoon of vanilla as well. So we're going to bring this to a boil and then add the rest of our ingredients and then drop them on our lined baking sheets. They used wax paper on the recipe I'm following, but I don't have wax paper, so I'm just using my silicone mats. But I'll show you that when this gets to where it's supposed to be. I have a feeling this is going to take a while, though. Alright. Okay. So now this is all melted. We're just going to wait till it comes to a boil, and we're going to stir it frequently now. A simple recipe. Actually, the first time I've ever made these. I've had them before, but it seems pretty simple to make. The other recipes I have read, so don't make it on rainy days or like really dreary days. For some reason they don't set up. So I think that was interesting. I've also heard that with homemade bread, you don't want to make it on a dreary day or too humid of a day. But I don't know how true it is, but that's just what it is. Anyways, I've had no-bake cookies before, and I like them. My grandma used to call them cool cookies, and that is something that my dad always enjoyed. So, it's basically the same recipe. My grandma's recipe and all the other recipes I saw are the same. So, I guess it's pretty well known. They're so simple, and not a lot of cleanup either, so that's good. So we're just going to whisk this until it starts coming to a boil, and when it starts to boil, I will show you that part. Alright, so this has come to a boil, and I'm going to let it boil for a minute. And I'm not going to touch it while it boils. It kind of makes me nervous not touching it. I don't know why. I'm like scared my pan's going to burn or something. I don't know, but we have about 20 seconds left. I have my timer set. Four, three, two, one. Okay, so I'm going to kill the heat. Take this off the heat. Can you still see? Yeah. Okay, we're going to add our peanut butter. Our vanilla. And I'll have the recipe and the link down below. And our oats in. And mix it until it's well combined. It looks pretty well combined to me. Alright. So now we're going to come over here. Hold on one second. I just have a 1.5 tablespoon cookie scoop that I'm going to use, and I'm going to start dropping them on my mat. Looks like I'm going to need some more of my silicone pads out. Ooh, I dropped some. So kind of as I suspected, the bottom of my pan did get a little burned. Makes me nervous if my cookies are going to taste burned. We'll see, I guess. They say that they need to set up for about 20 to 30 minutes, and then you'll put them in the fridge. So I ran out of room on my silicone mat. Let me get another one. I'm just going to finish up over here. I know you can't see, but I'm behind the camera now. I only have a few left. Okay, so the recipe didn't really say it, but I would think that you need to flatten these out. I'm going to, because every cookie I've ever had that was no bake was kind of flat. This is extremely hot, so I'm sure there's probably a better way to do this. So I don't recommend doing this with your hands. And my hands are clean. Somebody who's watching this probably made no-bake cookies before and like screaming at me right now. Like, what are you doing? Oh, well, you live and you learn. So, alright, so we're going to let these set up for 30 minutes, and then I'm going to store them in the fridge. So I will show you what they look like when they're all completely cold and ready to be enjoyed. So, I'll see you in a bit. Okay, so here they are when they are all done. They really only did take about 20 minutes to set up, and then I just put them in my cute Dollar Tree container and put them in the fridge to keep them. That's how they told me to store them, was in the fridge. So, that is a no-bake cookie, and they are definitely approved by me and my 3-year-old. So, I hope you enjoyed this recipe. And now on to the cream cheese cookies. Okay, so we're going to start the cream cheese cookies. And this is the recipe. If you want to screenshot it, I will also have it written down below. And I am going to double my recipe. But if you just want to try these out, then just follow these instructions. So what you see me doing is being doubled. So, first off, we are going to cream our butter and our cream cheese together. In that recipe book that I just showed you, my mother-in-law actually made that for me for a wedding shower present. And it has all the family recipes from my husband's side, and a lot of his favorite recipes are marked in there. This is one cookbook that I use like all the time. I love it. I thought it was such a sweet gift, and I really appreciated it. I just think it was a really thoughtful gift, and it took a lot of time to do. And that I think that, you know, if when my kids grow older, I think that would be something sweet to pass down onto them. And I don't know, I just think it's really, really sweet. So if you need a gift idea for somebody special putting together a recipe book is always a good idea, I think. Sorry, I'm having a hard time getting that other cream cheese open. So, here we go. Like I said, these are my husband's absolute favorite cookies. Okay, I'm going to start creaming this together. I'm actually going to pause the video so you guys don't have to hear this loud noise, but all I'm going to do is turn it on until it's completely combined, and I will show it to you once it's done. That did not take long, so now I'm going to add in 2 egg yolks, which if you're not doubling it, you'll only do 1. And a half a teaspoon of vanilla, which, like I said, I'm doubling it. I've never actually doubled this before, but it should turn out just the same. It's just, I normally only make 1 batch, like just what the recipe calls for, and it never lasts long enough. I like to pack these in my husband's lunches, or, you know, everybody eats them throughout the day, so. Alright, so now I'm going to blend that together, and come right back after that. Okay, so I'm going to scrape down the sides. The hardest thing to me about making cookies is waiting for the butter to soften. I wish I would remember to set it out like the night before. But a lot of times I end up just softening it in my microwave. And I've seen like on different cooking shows that they say that's not the greatest method to do. But apparently it changes the texture or something of the cookie. I don't know. But I did remember to soften this time, so it worked out. So, I'm going to get a napkin and put that thing on there. And now it says to add the cake mix. We're just going to add a little bit at a time. And this dough can become very hard to mix, is what the recipe says. And if it does that, then we are just to start mixing it by hand. And I did not want to do that. So, we're going to add our cake mix. And you're just going to mix a little bit at a time until it is fully combined. Okay, I'm stopping about midway through. I've already opened the cream cheese all over my hand. The other box of cake mix, and I'm sorry if I didn't say that you need cake mix. I can't remember if I did, but it's just a yellow cake mix. If I didn't already say it, I'm gonna just scrape down the sides and the bottom because I can see that it's not really getting incorporated. Whew. Should have got a spoon or something for this. Good grief. Mm-hmm. Don't spill that, baby. I need all that. Hold on a minute.
I can't help you.
Aw. Yes, you can.
It's too hard on me.
It's a hard mix, isn't it? It's a hard dough. Alright. Hold on. Hold on. Yeah, don't spill any. Alright. Oh. Scoot your stool over a little bit. Just a little bit, okay? Pour a little in. Good job. Okay. Now we're going to start it back up.
Hey, Mommy. I'm sure.
Okay. All the dough is, or all the cake mix is in there. So I'm going to open this again and get the spatula thing out. Push all that in. Goodness gracious, that thing. It's a very hard dough. But they are delicious and they smell so good. I don't know how you're supposed to ever get these things like completely clean. I'm going to spend the rest of the night cleaning this thing off. I usually actually do this by a hand mixer, but I thought since I was doubling the recipe, that would be way too hard on me. So I'm going to take this off. And put it to the side. My bowl always gets stuck. Alright, now I gotta find something that'll scrape all those sides because that thing is hard. Hopefully this thing will work. It's a little bit more heavy duty than my other one. I just wanted to use it because it's Christmassy and it had a red truck on it. But if it doesn't work, I mean, it works for softer stuff. Spatula, I don't know how it couldn't work. So I'm just going to scrape the bottom. Holy smokes. Get like your arm workout in. I might have to just leave that bottom stuff alone. Goodness gracious. It's going to break my thing. Anyway, I'm going to work on getting this incorporated as much as I can. I'm sure you don't want to sit here and watch me struggle for the next half hour. But what I'm going to do is try and get this. Okay, y'all, so I had a fail. I ran out of storage as I was talking, and it just spiraled down from there. So all I did was after I got that mixed together, I put it in the fridge for 30 minutes and let it chill. Then I set my oven to 375, and I scooped each one out onto a cookie sheet, and I topped it with some sanding sugar sprinkles. You don't have to do that part, but it does add a little something extra to it. So I just did that. Now, I'm going to bake one sheet at a time just because that's how my oven works. But you're going to do 375 for 8 to 10 minutes. They're almost going to look not done. You just want the bottoms slightly golden brown. So I'm going to get these baked off and show you what they look like when they're done. So out of the oven, you're going to let them cool on the cookie sheet like these for probably 3 to 5 minutes, and then transfer them to a cooling rack to cool the rest of the way, and you'll just store these in an airtight container. So what I wanted to show you though is the bottoms. See how they're just barely golden brown? That's what you want. So my oven, it took 9 minutes. But anywhere from 8 to 10 minutes, depending on your oven. And you can see right when they come out, they just don't even look done. But they are. So, sorry, it's like awfully yellow lighting. but they're extremely soft and so, so, so good. That is it for these cookies. I hope that you enjoyed this recipe. So those are the cookies I have for you this time. I hope that you enjoyed this video, and I hope that you enjoyed these recipes. If you have a variation of these cookies, I'd love to hear from you down in the comments down below. Make sure to give this video a like, and I hope that you would subscribe if you are new. Make sure you check down that description box if you have not checked out Jessi or Merina's channels. Make sure you check them out and their cookie recipe videos as well. So, thank you so much again for stopping by, and until next time, bye friends.